Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is me, Heather. I wanted to do a video and explain to you guys what's been going on with me medically. A lot of you guys don't really know, so everybody's like, Heather, you know, you're not doing as many videos. I've done almost 700 videos in a year and a half. So that's more than most YouTubers ever do. But before I get started, guys, don't forget to hit subscribe down below. And next to it is the bell button. You want to click that and click all so you don't miss any notifications, giveaways, anything like that up involved. I'll definitely do 2 separate videos for both my channels. I do have a second channel, Inside the Mind of a Diva, which I'm doing more on that one now as I go. It's just been hard with juggling as much as I do. I don't even know where to freaking start. I have multiple autoimmune. I have MS, neuromyelitis optica. I have scleroderma, diffuse scleroderma, which is one of the dangerous ones. Scleroderma, people are so confused with that. Scleroderma is not a skin rash. It's overproduction of collagen that tightens your body like you turn to stone. Very dangerous, and very deadly. I have lupus, I have RA, I have so many things. So I knew I was going into a flare-up as the weather gets warmer. Scleroderma and I have small fiber neuropathy because of scleroderma. You know, a lot of people misdiagnose with fibromyalgia. They tried that bullshit with me because there is no test for it. It's just hyperactive nerves. Now, all they did is pressure my pressure points, which that would hurt anybody. And they're like, well, you have fibromyalgia. I'm like, I know that was bullshit. There's no way. It's not just overactive nerves I have. I had other symptoms. So my rheumatologist, God, I love him, Dr. Shapiro. That's one of the best doctors for the Scleroderma Foundation. He was like, I'm going to test you for small fiber neuropathy, which is a biopsy on, like, say, your left ankle and right wrist. Sorry, guys. So it's opposite ends of the body. You can have it on just one part of your body. You can have it all over your body. You can have it mildly. You can have it severe. I have it severe and turns to large fiber neuropathy, which is rare. But, of course, I get the rare shit, so it doesn't matter. So part of scleroderma, I'm hypersensitive to heat, humidity, anything like that. Like, it's hot outside, I have air conditioning on, my hands are already swollen. And my whole body gets completely hot. Like, I have no cooling system in my body. I just go on fire hot. So, like, even in winter, I still have to have my air conditioner on and my box fan and everything because I have to keep my temperatures regulated. And then if it gets too cold, Raynaud's kicks in. And then, like, this past winter, like, half my hand was black because part of Raynaud's. You can lose your fingers, you can get gangrene, a lot of bad can happen to that. So I try to stay indoors. Well, another thing is, as part of my PTSD meds of what I went through prior, made me gain a lot of weight. So no matter how much hard working I've been doing, no matter what I do, I eat once a day anyway. I can't shed weight for crap. So my doctor just started me on a diet medication that I'm only going to be on for 3 months to work with what I'm already doing to try to shed the weight. Because normally, guys, I'm a super small, skinny little person. Like, I'm normally super tiny. And gaining weight on top of it with, you got severe chronic pain anyway. When you gain weight fast and you have that on top of chronic pain, it's excruciating. It really, really is. So you got to think, when you gain weight, guys, all the weight that you gain is now on top of all the muscles, bones, joints, ligaments, everything. It's on everything, now amplifying your pain. So that's why it's always best to exercise and lose weight so you're in less pain. I knew I was going into a flare-up about a few weeks ago. And I couldn't tell what disease it was. Because a lot of diseases mimic the same symptoms. And for those of you with autoimmune, you understand what I'm talking about. Because you can never pinpoint it unless my esophagus shuts like it did the other day. When something like that happens, I have to be scheduled to get my esophagus ballooned back open. Which, after the holiday, I got to do all that. So it's, like, really hard for me to swallow right now. I need to drink, like, literally 32 ounces a meal. Because I can't get it to push down. That's just part of scleroderma. But when you're in flare-ups and stuff, I was going through a tremendous amount of pain. I'm not the type of person to lay around all day. Like, I really have to be in a lot of pain for that. You also got to understand, depression can amplify pain for anybody. Anybody, disease or not. You can get physical pain when you're depressed. If you lay around all day, even if you're not depressed, if you're just lazy and you lay around all day and you don't move your body, consider your body a rubber band. If you don't do anything, it tightens up, it causes a lot of pain. If you exercise, it loosens it up, keeps it limber and bigger. So when you don't exercise, you don't move, you have a tight rubber band, you're going to be in a hell of a lot more pain than somebody would if they're exercising. Because when you exercise, you lubricate the joints, you move around the fluid, you do all that, so you're in less pain. If you stay still, the joints don't move, the liquid don't move, whatever, it stays tight, it hurts like a mother. That's why I like to exercise and do all that, because it does help with pain. Regardless if I'm in pain, it's not going to be worse. But with the flare, I was in such severe pain the other day. I actually had a lazy day. And I was bored out of my mind. Man, I can't be lazy because I'm so bored. But the pain was so excruciating. You know what it felt like? It felt like my bones were made of broken glass. And it was like stabbing me, shooting pains, like non-stop pain. If I were to move, walk, God darn it, it sucked. Holy crap, was it bad, guys. I'm still in quite a bit of pain. But I needed to move around more. I had to, because if I didn't, it would have been worse for me. So I've been suffering a lot. When you have much as I do, I'm a rare case. Not many people out there have, people with autoimmune, you normally have more than one. But I have too many rare diseases. And when they work together and fight each other, you progress really quickly. So, I don't think I'll last, say, 10 years or 8 years. But when they told me a few years ago that there's many times I almost died, but I lived through it. And that's because of my drive for my kids. I am not ready to die yet. And I will fight every tooth and nail. Like when I didn't eat for 2 months. And I lost 86 pounds. Thank God I have cushion on my booty to do that. But I ended up becoming so stick-figured. And when you don't eat for 2 months, guys, it eats at your muscles. The pain from malnutrition and not eating is a pain like no other. That sucked. But my will to live was a lot stronger than what the disease was doing. So I fought my ass off to get to where I was. So for a couple of years, I should say, I was doing pretty good because I was staying maintained. You want to stay away from nightshade fruits and vegetables. A lot of people have no idea what the hell that is. Those are fruits and vegetables that actually cause inflammation, like tomatoes. They cause inflammation. In some people, so does potatoes. Maybe I'll put a list in here somewhere and show you guys what they are. Or you can Google them, nightshade fruits and vegetables, and it'll tell you. So, it's people like, oh, there's lycopene in tomatoes, it's good for you. Tomatoes, for an autoimmune person or somebody with arthritis or whatever, it's horrible for the gut, first off. It's so acidic, and it causes ulcers. If you eat acidic food, be careful of getting those stomach ulcers. Stomach ulcers can kill you. But the acidity is eating at your stomach lining, which is causing ulcers. So after I've had a few, yeah, I've been very careful. But I'm on the low FODMAP diet, but I mix it with alkaline diet. So I keep a neutral acidity level to where it's not acidic in my body. It's just neutral elements. And I keep it good. Yeah, because other than that, scleroderma will be a pain in the ass if I don't. It's a lot of suffering I go through. So it's been really hard to make videos, guys. It's been really hard in general. There was quite a few days where I'm not a crier. So the amount of pain I was in. And when you're just sitting there doing nothing, this is why, being lazy can make you depressed. Because you have too much time to think. You overthink. You think the worst possible. A lot of things like that can happen. So depression can be caused that way. And that's why I tell people, get out, be active, do what you can. Even if it's walking around with your friend. Even if it's setting yourself goals of what you want to do. Positive mindset. Surrounding yourself by positive people. But the people that I'm closer to know the pain I go through. And it's excruciating because I can't take anti-inflammatories. I can't do any of that because when you get stomach ulcers, you can't take those. Because ibuprofen, naproxen can cause stomach ulcers. That's why you have to eat with them. And, I take prednisone if my flare-ups are really, really bad. But it's tricky because with one of my diseases, you need to do IV prednisone. I don't like doing oral prednisone because my esophagus can't take it. It's so acidic, and oh my God, the pain. I end up with esophageal spasms, and they're extremely painful. So if anybody gets esophageal spasms, which could happen to anybody, it feels like you're having a heart attack. It mimics a heart attack. So when it first happened to me, I went to the hospital and they were like, no, you're an esophageal spasm. So one of my friends years ago told me how to use a heating pad. Put it right on the lower esophagus, the pain will go away. And it did. Thank God for that. But you're there for hours holding the heating pad to your gut. Sucks. Man, I love coffee. Oh, if anybody wants to know what my thing says, it says, dreams big, work hard, make it happen. Yes. So you guys got to understand. I juggle 9 autoimmune diseases. I'm married. I have 2 kids. So I take care of them and help them, which, by the way, I helped Brandon so much. He's now off of insulin. We just got told that his A1C was 5.2. He is no longer needing insulin because I push him. I make him exercise. I make him move. And it made him get off insulin. So, yeah, he's super happy about that. But I help everybody with their health. I make videos for everybody in 2 different channels. Instagram, Facebook, Heather B. Denture Diva. I spread myself thin, and I know that. So when I'm in severe flare-ups, I try to stay away from the YouTube world. Because some days you gotta have a me day. Even though it really doesn't end up becoming a me day, I'll tell you that much. But I just been suffering so bad, and my inflammation markers came back through the roof. Now the inflammation markers are the CRP and the SED rate. Those will tell you if you're, they can tell you. They can mean other things. But for autoimmune patients, those are the inflammation markers. And mine are through the roof. So my primary is like, Heather, listen, I see you in mid-June. We got to redo those. Make sure they're not climbing even more. Because if that's the case, they got to do something quick. Because I could end up dying. And let's hope to God that doesn't happen. So I've been trying to help myself and do what I can to make my life better. I need to get this weight off because my back, you guys got to understand, I don't have the normal back. Not only do I have MS in my back and neuromyelitis optica, but I have disc degenerative disease. I have stenosis. I have 11 slip discs and bulging discs. My back is like a 90-year-old construction worker back. And then some. So I'm supposed to get surgery done to electrocute the lower back nerves. I forgot what it's called, but they use like almost like microwave frequencies. They electrocute your lower back nerves. And last time I did it, I didn't have pain for 2 years in my lower back. I need that again. Because it's gaining this weight is excruciating. So when you lay down, all the weight goes on the back, you know, and the pain in my legs are intense. It's so hard to stay active when you're in so much pain, but you have to. Because you will tighten up and stiffen up, especially for somebody with scleroderma. You tighten up quick. And the pain is excruciating. So I always tell people, do yoga. If you're new to yoga, it's not bending yourself in a pretzel, first off. That's like advanced stages. Do chair yoga. It just loosens up everything that you need to. You do it every day, you'll start to realize how more flexible you become. Now, you got to think with the muscles, tendons, joints, everything, ligaments, they're tight as hell because people don't stretch. And that's what yoga is. It's about stretching. So when it comes to doing yoga, the more you stretch out, the more you do the exercise you need to. It helps the GI system. It helps everything. You'll start to feel less pain in your body, which is an incredible feeling for somebody like me. I don't know what it's like to not have pain. So when I hear people complain about the smallest things and they act like they're dying, I'm like, I would have loved to be you and never have pain. So the 1 little ounce of pain you get, you think you're like dying and you need to go to the hospital. Yeah, I get some people have hypochondriacs. And I get some people are Munchausen's. And, I don't know why people would want medical stuff bad happening to them to get, like, attention. You don't know what we go through. And it's so insulting for people like me to see people that want bad things to happen to them to get attention and to do all that. But Why would you want that on yourself? You have no idea. And then when people have something, they regret ever wanting to do it and be like that. And you know, all I could tell people is, you don't want an autoimmune disease. It's excruciating. And some people think they have an autoimmune disease. Say if somebody's like a couch potato, you're going to have pain because you don't do much. Even if you just do random stuff around the house, you're still not active. So people get pain, which is very normal. It's going to happen, especially if you don't move around much. So people think they have an autoimmune disease, and I'm like, no, you just got to move around more. But to be checked for an autoimmune disease, you do the ANA Tilter test. And it will, if you have an autoimmune disease, it will tell you the level you're at and what category you're in. So they might not quite know what disease you have. I had the nuclear pattern, which is scleroderma. So it's rare if somebody gets that. Now, through the years, my, like say I started out at 360, which is low. Through the years, I'm now at like 1600 because my disease progressed. And it's gotten shitty. I think they found out when I was at 800. So, and that's with only one disease. That's not with all the other ones. I've had MS my whole life and nobody figured it out. Even though I've done MRIs, showed it, but nobody diagnosed it. But you got to understand, when you have an autoimmune disease, you're up in the air. You could be okay one day, and then you could be dying the next day. You could be like least pain day, you're doing whatever you got to do, you're all happy that day, and then the next day you're literally in the hospital. It sucks. What we go through, even though they're all different diseases, what we go through sucks like no other. And I just want to help people, because I remember when I was first trying to be diagnosed and the pain I was in, guys. And everybody's like, oh, you're young, you're beautiful, there's nothing wrong with you. Why am my blood test positive then? Why are you ignoring me? 9 rheumatologists I fired because they wouldn't even take me seriously. They saw what I look like and not what my body is. You think autoimmune is prejudiced, racist, or anything? No. They don't care who you are. You get it, you get it. Looks, whether you're pretty or not, it doesn't matter. You can still get it. It's just ridiculous. And then they're like, oh, it's because you're old. Or, oh, you're too young to have this. It's like, I've gotten into a lot of fights. Luckily, I saw one rheumatologist that sent me to who I have now, because I was going to give up. It was so excruciating, guys. And Plaquenil is an autoimmune medication. That's what they were giving out for COVID. I was on that for 4 freaking damn years, almost killed my kidneys. But it's normally an autoimmune medication, like for rheumatoid arthritis. They even get it for scleroderma, whatever. But, and it sucked during COVID. You know how many autoimmune patients got kicked off their meds? And we no longer could have it? Pharmacists actually stood up for autoimmune patients and said, hey, listen, they need it for their autoimmune. You can't tell them they can't be okay. Because if you don't control their autoimmune, they get COVID, they're dead. You can't take their meds from them. And a lot of pharmacists stood up for us, and that's how we got our meds back. But it sucks to have autoimmune. It really does. So for everybody out there that are used to seeing my videos every day, I can't do every day anymore. First of all, there's only so much you can talk about with dentures. I made 700 videos. I've covered everything. And then some. So I more or less update my videos that I've done. But, and now I have Inside the Mind of a Diva. So that's, autoimmune diseases, skincare, makeup. I just did a makeup video on there. There's so many different, it's What Makes Me is on that channel. So if you want to check out that channel, that's where you'd want to go to get everything. But I just want to let you guys know it's been a struggle. And it sucks. I've had people tell me before, how could you be in a relationship or whatever, I never date somebody with an autoimmune or that could be dying because, they're dying, and why would I do that to myself? Healthy people die every day. Healthy people die every day. Whether it's in a car accident, whether it's hit by, a car, Whether they're, you know, whatever it is, they could die at random. It doesn't matter. I had a friend that was completely physically fit, was a trainer, build body and all that shit, got COVID, even with the vaccine, got COVID, blood clots running through his body, and he died. It doesn't matter how good in shape or not good in shape you are. If it's your time, it's your time. But, you know, I do everything that I can to. So I know a lot of people wanted to know my update of how I was doing. I'm struggling. A lot. I'm exhausted all the time. I don't sleep. The pain is so intense. It just sucks. There's no other way around that. And I wish things would be better. And I'm trying my best to try to help it. But, you know, the pain meds I'm on don't work. And I don't want to be on higher pain meds because your body gets used to them. And then when you get used to them, you go even higher. So, I mean, I take muscle relaxers. That sometimes helps some of the pain. See, I get all different pains between bone pain, muscle pain. It's weird. It's not muscle, it's not bone, but it's got to be. It's something else I can't even explain. I don't know. But I'm just struggling a lot lately. And I'm just trying to get through it. I have massive swelling all the time. I'm heat intolerant. I'm allergic to the heat, humidity, all of that. So I know it's going to be a hot day when I wake up and I'm swollen. I check the weather. Anything over 70, I swell. My body's a damn barometer. And the whole thing is, though, is small fiber neuropathy that causes this can kill you. Especially to my level. See, small fiber neuropathy is peripheral nerves throughout the entire body. Organs, not, whatever, all over. It can cause organ issues and failure. It can cause a lot of stuff. So I just tried to maintain it. I realized a long time ago that if you have a negative mindset, it's going to ruin you. It's going to add to your bullshit you're already going through, and it's going to ruin you. So I always try to maintain a positive mindset. I try to watch positive, happy movies. I try to, you know, involve myself in helping others because I love helping others. I do whatever I got to do around the house, take care of my kids, my husband. Like, I do so much to distract myself from the bullshit I deal with. So for all of you that asked how I am, I'm hanging in there. Tired as hell. In a lot of pain. But I'm just trying to make it, you know? And I'm just trying to push through what I go through. Because without rain, there would be no rainbow. And without the bad, you would never truly, genuinely appreciate the good that you have. If everything was good and happy all the time, people would take that for granted. So, I mean, you got to take the bad with the good, you know? And the good with the bad. But I just wanted to keep you guys posted. And just know that I love you guys. I'm always here to help. I always still answer everybody. But I'll end up doing videos probably twice a week. If you guys have certain videos you want me to do, email me, private message me, comment down below. Definitely let me know what you want me to do, because that makes it easier. But I love you guys. I hope you guys have a great day. God bless. Stay safe. Later, guys.